Welcome back to Indian Trace. Right here is a really rare look. A thing of beauty, of course, when it comes to artifacts, because these are long notch points. And this is all I have. I haven't found any more. These are it for long notch points. I mean, over the span of 11,000 artifacts. These are my long notch points. Most of these are made out of rhyolite. Look at this banded piece. We're going to take a look at these because these are particularly rare. Now, after 5 years, I get a perspective because I don't have any more. So when I have some good natural light in the afternoon here, I want to be able to showcase these and show them and talk about them and sort of follow up a little bit on the Join the Hunt with Indian Trace that I did just before this. I hope some people have the patience. And if you don't have the patience, I can really only get a close-up on these in half and half with the groups or getting the top three right there. I mean, look at these points. I don't want to get into that first. First, I want to make a proper opening, which was this. This was found on Join the Hunt today when I was out there. Here it is, cleaned up, a rhyolite, smoking awesome arrowhead. Look at the serrations on this, if I can get a proper focus. It was freezing out there today, and you heard it in that last video. I don't know how long this will take. I cannot take too long. I have a time in mind, and I'll show you both sides. Particularly nice point. Look at the great relief on this point. It's a nice piece, isn't it? Just a great relief off the back end here. Really great piece to find and worth the sacrifice. And I mean, I was hurting. So sometimes we do get hurt out there for a sacrifice. Great point. Wanted to highlight that. Now, let me go around this circle and tell you a little bit about these large notch points, which, like I said, are rare. At least in the coastal Piedmont area in North Carolina here, they're very rare. I'm going to go around counterclockwise, which I don't usually do, and just do it that way. This is a piece from the bear. Now, some of these are, I guess you would say in terms of judging an artifact, a little rough. But they're all large. 3 inches plus, you know, that sort of thing. It's just crazy. And you can see there, big pieces. Made out of rhyolite though, and that's why I sort of like them. They just don't come along that often around here that they make these. Now I have a screamer you've seen before in rhyolite that is in my G10 top deck bin and compartment. Anyway, I want to give a little bit of a display talk with these and show you these because they're not seen that often at all. Just perfect natural light, good time to do that. Worth the sacrifice. I know some people out there anxious in seeing them. This was from the Windy Point. Look at this, and it was the deep brown rhyolite, that patina's light brown. Very rare. Just don't find these that often, and so I wanted to show you them. I guess they'd be displayed similar fashion if it was in a museum. They're a similar type. There's certainly different types up here, but in terms of being large, long notch points, you know, they fit the bill for being in the same place. I keep them in the same place. I have to go in the bottom. They don't even fit in bins, a lot of these. But just really great look at some of the points in terms of this style. Look at the size of this. This is about 2.5 inches, what have you. This is a big point, maybe a little more. Unique though. I found this at the Cascade maybe 3 years ago. Look at the contours in this thing. Of course, it just was a favorite, even though, as you can see, again, we're not looking for perfection. We're looking for utilization. How well it would have been utilized. Just some great looking stuff. Be able to go to the museum every day if you come to Indian Trace. That's a good thing. I mentioned in terms of a political thought, when I was out there freezing half to death, that a little something about BS. And that is the opposition party, which unfortunately is our modern 12 dashes on the clock media. stupidity. Uh, God knows it's probably because they're bribed. It is because they're owned or blackmailed that they intentionally distort and lie about the truth. It's beyond me. And so I'm never really upset at anything about that. It's part of their nature, which is pitiful. And they'll lose because of it. American people are not stupid anymore and can go around the world and see what's really happening. This is an incredible piece, isn't it? And check it out for themselves. And when they do, it's over because they'll never go back to many of these so-called cable news stations. And I don't have any problem naming them all, whether it's CNN or CBS or CNBC or C-SPAN. Listen, once you lose your credibility for really just being plain and documenting the truth about anything, about especially modern events and political events that will affect your children, will affect your freedom, will affect your vote. For example, some of the truth coming out and do your own homework is indeed true. I knew it. It wasn't just that our President Donald Trump said it. There were millions upon millions of illegal, fraudulent votes cast, not for both parties, for one party. And they still got beat because of an idea, because the American people are not ignorant. This came from Notchville 1. Nice point, right? And I mean, that's the simple truth of it all. The pity, the sadness of it. What a great display, right? Hopefully this won't cut off and I can get all my points in there and get this video done. Here's a great piece from Outer Edge. Some of these were caught on film, but this was really a big flake on the outside edge, if I can get that shown. Nice, right? So I won't go on and on about that. Many people that listen to this get it, but if you do not, I challenge you. Some of the ideas that you hear from me, if you dare not hear it from another alternative news network, then seek it out. I encourage anybody on here. Hopefully, there's some that tune in that disagree because that's an opportunity for someone to learn something new or to be educated. Double dog dare you to do your homework. Policies or executive orders that have been recently passed are distorted in the news to make to appear to be something completely different than what the policy actually is. So be aware and be intelligent, and that's, I think, what the election was all about. Was about trying to find a group of people that wouldn't challenge truth, ethics, morality, and would just go along with it because somebody's given them a meal on their table and somebody's given them life and the provision that they think they want or need, if that makes any sense. It's sad. But I think that ingenuity and self-sufficiency will always win over in the American public. This is from Saponi. I'll leave it at that. Fantastic long points, aren't they? I mean, whether it's that one, this one, they've all been awesome. I get distracted. I should say I digress many times. But it's all really important. It was important to these people who made these points. Dignity and ethics. For example, the people that made these points passed right on to their ancestors, our historic period modern Indians, if they were so much as accused as being selfish or anything like that, it was the greatest insult. If they were accused of being not generous, stingy, that was one of the worst things that it could be cited against them. That's a nice point from Saponi, isn't it? So as I finish this, it's going to cut me off. I think it's going too long. What we have to strive to do, and at least I do, is I strive to show myself generous. I do it because the North American Indians showed us the way in this aspect. Many immigrants and everything. Many did, but many did not. They came in selfish and they came in greedy, which is the poison to any culture. So we're going to have to work to see that we're doing things for the greater good of all people. And that's what's great about this community. That's what's great about the people who collect artifacts on this YouTube network, if you will. Look at this point, huh? Found at Hidden Hill. Incredible banded rhyolite, right? Long notch point. Stellar point. Unique as unique can be. So whether I find a great smoker like that today, or whether we go back in time and check out one like this, it's worth a show, worth a little encouragement to you in your political lives. And I know that might get old for some people, but hey, listen, you can leave. I don't need all the subscribers and what have you. If I reach 10 or I reach 20 and you start doing your own homework and you start checking this stuff out to be true and pass it on, hey, my job is done. Great set here of my long notch points. Just never seen, never brought out. And they're not top shelf. I don't keep them on top shelf. They're top shelf to me because I have them as my display quality pieces, which to me are just mind-blowing. But what a good look at them. Before this cuts off on me, thank you for tuning into Indian Trace. Whether it was in the cold today, join the hunt with Indian Trace and finding that, or whether it's checking out a couple points like this. And these two are awesome. Look at these 2 points if I didn't even get them in my viewfinder. I appreciate you tuning in, and I hope you find out there. You be well.